Hello everyone, it's Mal. Welcome back to the Dama podcast. Oh my goodness, today we have such a fun-filled episode. I am so excited for it. Oh my goodness, I think this is going to be one of the best ones yet because it's just going to be so awesome. We're talking about American Girl, of course, but we have someone on that has never been on before. She's one of my best doll friends in the world, okay? She's on Instagram, and she has a website, which is the most cutest thing in the world. Are we ready for this episode, y'all? Because today I have both of them from at Doll and Ponies Nest, Brianna and Christina.
Hi. Hi, Internet.
Oh my goodness, how are you girls?
We're doing okay.
So today we're going to get to know them. We're going to hear how they got into dolls, how they got into the American Girl community, and then we're also maybe going to talk about My Little Pony if they're up for it. And then we're going to go into American Girl's epic 2023 year. It's what I'm calling the American Girl 2023 Rewind. We're going to talk about every single thing that they did last year, which is insane. I'm excited. So I feel like without further ado, since I keep saying that I'm excited because I really am, let's get this episode started. Okay, so how did you all get into dolls?
Well, for the longest, I wasn't allowed to have dolls. My father was upset that he ended up having a daughter, so I wasn't allowed to have dolls or anything girly. Later in life, I remembered how much I loved American Girl after seeing the original dolls in a catalog that my friends brought to school. And I went online and I ordered my first doll, my mini-me, little Brie. And let's just say the family has grown exponentially from there.
That's so cute. I love little Brie.
All right. Brianna got me into dolls not long after we met. And at first, when I realized she had so many American Girl dolls and others, I started to get a little concerned. But then after she told me the stories of some of the girls, I'm just like, these are awesome. And now I even have my own mini-me.
One of the managers in Columbus literally told Christina that of all the Truly Me dolls, that particular one looked closest to her.
And we were looking through the Truly Me collection, and I kept coming back to her. So that's where we went, and it worked out.
Dolls are just so special.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
That's such a special story, and especially finding like one that just looks like you and, picking her out in store, just so special. There's nothing that can come close to that.
I mean, even as an adult, it still feels magical.
I'm so glad that she got you into dolls. That's so sweet. I love those stories.
So how did you guys get into the whole Instagram community?
I had an Instagram prior to becoming a part of the doll community, and I just posted a few pictures of myself. But then when little Brie came home, I'm like, meet Brie, my mini-me. And then the next day I took a picture of her sitting at my desk working on the computer. I had American Girl's webpage open in the background, like she's hinting that she wants to go shopping. And then all of a sudden I started getting suggested doll pages, and it just went from there.
I love that. So did you just happily just stumbled upon American Girl and thought, oh, this is cool, I'm just going to order a doll?
I knew about AG since I was a little girl. A lot of my friends had them. The catalog was passed around the lunch table at school. And I remember Molly stood out to me because of her story of her dad being a part of World War II. Nenea wasn't out yet. My grandfather fought in World War II. He was actually at Pearl Harbor the day it was bombed.
Oh,
So
wow.
his story is more relatable to Nenea, but we didn't have Nenea yet. So Molly stuck out to me for the longest because of that. Many years later, I literally went to my home store and brought my Molly home for the 35th anniversary.
That's such a sweet story. I love that. And I love Molly. She's such a good doll. I remember watching her movie when I was little. And it was just so well done. And her stories are so well done. Everything about her is just so well done. And I just love her. Same with Nanea as well. I was very happy when she got released and that she's still out.
I need to bring Nanea home at some point.
You don't have Nanea?
Not yet.
Well, I definitely recommend getting Nanea. Fun fact, I need to purchase a Nanea again because I sent mine in for the eye exchange back in I think 2019 is when they did it. And she came back with brown eyes instead of her hazel eyes. And I didn't have the heart to send her back because I think she looks gorgeous with brown eyes. But I need to get a original Nanea. I don't know. I haven't really worked myself up to get it because when I got my Nanea, she's my only doll from the St. Louis store. And so she's so special to me in that way as well. So it's I don't know. I've always said if the St. Louis store reopens, I would get Nanea. But I'm just should I just go ahead and buy her somewhere else? I don't know. I'm still trying to decide my whole Nanea debacle.
There's a few more stores you could bring Nanea home from.
So you guys went through a name change on Instagram. Your name change now is at Doll and Pony Nest. What is the reason behind this name change, or what's the reason behind your new name?
My original name was Brianna, an American Girl, which I had chosen because, my name is Brianna, and I literally am an American girl as well as a doll collector. But now that Christina is with me and we're doing pictures with both dolls and ponies, we thought it would be appropriate to have a name that is more inclusive. We literally call our home the Doll and Pony Nest.
Yeah, before it was just the Pony Nest, but now that we're together, why not both?
I love that. I love how you're combining both of your interests into one. And I think that's it's so special. And I think it can encourage other people to do the same.
They should.
It's so totally us. It's awesome.
I must say, I didn't know a lot about My Little Pony because I was more of a dolly person.
I loved My Little Ponies growing up. I remember when I was little, I would wake up. First of all, it would be a cartoon show on TV. And I wasn't much into the cartoon show as I was into the actual toy aspect. I was such a collector growing up, okay? It kind of runs in the family being a collector. My parents tell me a lot that it's it's the collector in you. Because I guess my grandpa used to collect stuff. I don't really know. But anyways, he died when I was really, really young, so I don't really remember him that much. But I made it my mission when I was little. This was before American Girl even happened in my world, that to have all of their little houses and buildings. I remember I had a roller coaster, I had the theme park, I had Pinkie Pie's house, I had Rainbow Dash's house, and I still have it. It's in the closet upstairs. Because I just can't get rid of it because it was such a childhood moment for me, and I just love it. I remember there was a little skating rink too. So yeah, this bring back a whole lot of childhood memories for me right here, right now. I would make my mom play it with me.
My grandparents and my mom both had collections of things. When I was little, my mom and I had some Care Bears and some Breyer horses. I don't know where they went over the years, plus bunches of plushies that my dad didn't keep.
I'm sorry. I heard about Breyer's horses. I've never bought any of them, but I heard how cool that they were, and they looked pretty interesting.
They were really pretty. I think we had 2 or 3 of them that Mom and I both shared.
So I feel one thing that really connects me and Brianna, besides literally loving, vibing, breathing American Girl dolls, is that we both want to work for the company one day.
Yep. I actually applied twice to work for the company, but both times my resume wasn't picked.
Third time's a charm. Being positive here.
True. I have a background in IT, as does Christina. That's one of the ways we met. I applied for a experienced systems technician role that would have had me working on the scheduling system for birthday parties, doll hair salon, etc. as well as being support at the stores for like the POS systems and everything. That would have been a role because I love working on computer stuff, but my absolute dream job would be visual merchandising, creating displays, putting stuff together. You're literally getting paid to play with dolls.
Sounds like a dream job.
Yeah.
Hit the button,
Okay.
rewind. I got to go to Kavi's release at my home store in Columbus. I didn't bring Kavi home that day. I brought a Truly Me doll home who I have named Heather for various reasons. But getting to see Kavi and her collection meant a lot because I was a drama brat in school. I love theater. I love going to theater. I loved participating in theater. So Kavi's story kind of stuck out to me, and getting to see her collection was just amazing.
I think American Girl did such a great job with her. I think she's a stunning doll. Oh my goodness. And I love her collection. And yeah, she's just I just love her. I think her being the girl of the year is going to go down in American Girl history for sure.
And then I walk into the store and see the logo on the wall changed.
I was shocked that they changed the logo because I feel like somebody would have leaked that or we would have expected that. But no, that was something that I did not even expect to happen. I like the new logo. I think it's pretty. It reminds me of the old days of American Girl, like the old days of like 2005. I don't know.
A little before my time getting to collect dolls, but
Me too.
then sadly, or beginning of the year, we start hearing that more stores are going to close. San Fran came as a shock to me.
I was really shocked for that one as well because it's such a pretty store. I don't know if you've been there or not, but oh my goodness, it was gorgeous. It was 2 levels. The staircase was magnificent. And then they actually have, I believe you've been to Chicago, right?
I have not been to Chicago.
Okay. Well, you need to go because Chicago is amazing. But in the Chicago store, they actually have this like photo op where it's this big American Girl star, okay? And in San Francisco, they also had that photo op. So it was really, really neat. Those were the only 2 stores to have that. Now it's only Chicago that has it. But when I saw that photo op of the big star, I freaked out because it is iconic. The other store that closed besides San Francisco is Houston. Houston was an amazing store when I went. I thought it was really pretty. They had like a pretty cafe. It was a great time when I went. And actually outside of the store, they had I think they had an ice skating rink. I'm pretty sure they did, or I might be confusing that with Dallas Galleria. But it was really fun, and I was really sad to hear that Houston was closing as well. I mean, my heart just goes out to all these people that were affected by it or have been affected by it in the past. I know what you went through. And yeah, it's very, very tough.
These places are special. It's the people that work there. That's part of their life is bringing that vision and making people happy. That's what AG is.
Mm-hmm.
They're not selling. It's not just selling it all. It's not even just selling the experience. It's not selling the whole experience. It is the whole experience.
Every time that I have been in an AG store, it's amazing seeing the people, especially the kids, and they go in there, they see the beautiful displays, and their faces just light up. Like it's magical.
One of my favorite things is seeing, and this is one of the reasons was hoping I'd get to work for the company, is seeing the little girl's eyes light up, holding up the doll. She's who I always wanted, or she looks just like me. And I've heard that going to the stores multiple times, different cities. It's the same thing. It's how happy that little girl is that she found a doll who looks just like her. Or even sometimes the mom who is getting the doll she wanted when she was a little girl, but her family couldn't afford, while her little girl's getting her own.
American Girl San Francisco and Houston did close on February 13th this past year trying to keep happiness in the room instead of sadness, we're going to talk about the new release that came out in February. They had a new mix and match line, which was adorable and gave me so much Taylor Swift lover vibes because it was very pastel, very spring, very, very cute. And then we had 2 major dolls that was released.
Yes, my childhood in a box, aka Isabel and Nikki. I love the twins. I went to my store for their release, and then for the big event they did, I went the release day, and then I went back a couple days later when my friends were gonna go. That was the most I spent at an AG store in one go, but I brought the twins and almost their entire collection home with me.
I loved the twins release. I ended up buying both of the dolls, of course. I mean, I had to. They're the twins. I couldn't separate them. I ended up buying both of them. I ended up just getting their starter collections, and then I added to it as the year went on. But yeah, it was such an adorable release. I really enjoyed it, and I loved seeing it in store too. Besides that happening, we had the announcement of the American Girl X Fisher-Price set, which was available on Amazon for pre-order, but then got removed. And I don't even know if it's still happening anymore because the listing's not on Amazon anymore. I really hope it is because I was really looking forward to it. Hopefully we get it this year. Fingers are crossed because I thought that was adorable. Now we're going to be moving on to March, and I think so many things happened in March. Oh my goodness. Do you want to start us off?
We got ice cream for our dolls from a company from Columbus named Jenny's. Ironic that one of Jenny's flagship stores is just around the corner from AG Columbus.
I ate at Jenny's the first time I came to Columbus, but I did not recognize it as like Jenny's.
Definitely some of the best ice cream ever.
Next thing that happened, which was something that we both decided we should add and talk about that happened in our American Girl world, was our big Nashville meetup.
Getting to see friends old and new is always good, especially when dolls are involved. There's a picture from that meetup that hangs on my wall that I turned into an American Girl magazine cover, like the attraction at the flagship stores from several years ago, that has all of us on there. And it's just one of those things that makes me smile every time I see it.
Such a fun-filled day. I really enjoyed it. It's like when I think of like the most funnest meetups, I think of that one.
I agree.
And plus you did such a good job with turning that into American Girl magazine. Like that was so iconic.
Well, thank you.
The last thing that happened in March, which I was really shocked that happened in March because usually it happens in February. So I'm not really sure why it happened in March. Maybe a scheduling error. Not really sure. I'm not on the Mattel's investor meeting panel. But anyways, Mattel had its annual investor meeting, which they have it every year. They tell investors what's happening, what's going to happen in their brand for the upcoming year. And they give like a financial report and all this stuff. So usually we get some American Girl news from this. The first bit that we got from this investor meeting is that American Girl was reissuing a classic character doll from the archives. This ended up being Kit. So that was very exciting to have her back. She came back in April.
Seeing Kit and her original meet was special. Kit's another doll that means something to me and my mom. Getting to see her original meet again was amazing.
Yeah, it reminded me of my childhood because that's how I got my Kit when I was a little girl. And seeing her collection and getting to purchase some outfits that I never got to have in my collection was just so cool and just such a memory for me. And then they announced a new timing for the Girl of the Year. The Girl of the Year would be released before the holiday season rather than at the end so they can get a jump on holiday sales, which did happen. Lila, Girl of the Year of 2024 this year, was released in October. Her event was announced in August, so that was very, very exciting. And then they said a unbelievable collector line was coming, And they said collaborations were going to be happening with Swarovski, Harry Potter, NFL, and a big announcement later in 2024. So obviously we had Swarovski happen with the holiday doll this year. We saw a collaboration with FAO Sports collector doll. We had collaboration with Disney. We had a Barbie one. So that stuff all happened, and when they said unbelievable collector line, I don't think they were joking, because these dolls that came out this year were unbelievable. We also saw the collaboration happen with NFL. I really hope they expand that, because I really want a Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce Chiefs jersey, because I really want to build a football team with my boys. Whole thing. I'm a big Chiefs fan.
They weren't kidding when they said it was going to be big. I remember once reading that Mattel got the master toy license or doll license for Disney product. The Disney Barbie-sized dolls were going to be produced by Mattel again. Getting to see American Girl-sized dolls with classic Disney outfits was kind of cool.
And then they said that a big announcement was going to happen in 2024. I want to know what the announcement was, because in my head, I'm thinking, could that be the Barbie one?
It could have been.
Oh, no, later in 2023, I mean. Wait, hold on, let me pull it up. It said no, it was a big announcement coming later this year, so later this year would have been 2023. So I wonder if that was the Barbie one, or was it something else that wasn't related? Maybe what was that American Girl live in concert? I don't know. Then they also talked about stores. So I'm pulling this quote out from what they said so that we can talk about it. They said that they were going to have fewer, more experimental stores that are both memory-making for our fans and profitable for the brand. So obviously we saw American Girl LA take place, you know, how they moved. They got a lot of new stuff. And then we have seen the Dallas store, the announcement of the Dallas store moving, but then we also seen fewer stores with the store closings that did happen this past year. I think it will be interesting to see what they say about, or if they even talk about the stores with this upcoming investor meeting.
It's something to pay attention to this year, definitely.
Moving on into April, just like I mentioned, Kit returned with a collection, and then we also had somebody else get something added to their collection.
Courtney got a new sleeping bag set and pajamas, this time with strawberry shortcake. Strawberry shortcake is so recognizable as an 80s character.
Yeah.
So that set fits Courtney to a T.
So now we're going to be jumping into June. We had a major new release. Do you want to talk about the first thing that happened?
Yeah, Kavi got some outfits inspired by Wicked, which is, for those who don't know, is essentially a continuation of the stories of the Wicked Witches, or I don't even want to say Wicked Witches, all of the witches that were featured in The Wizard of Oz.
Then we had the Something Navy Mix and Match get released. Something Navy is a brand that American Girl collaborated with this past year. They've collaborated with them twice for the Summer Mix and Match and for the Holiday Mix and Match. American Girl then announced, we had so many announcements this month. Oh my goodness, so exciting. Okay, I can't wait to talk about them. So we first had the announcement of the relocation of the Dallas store. I lost my mind when this was announced. I love the Dallas store. It's amazing. It's my closest store to me now. And I was just so excited to hear this news, because not only are we like getting them moved, but with the move, we're getting new stuff. So like, we're now going to have a girl and doll hair salon. We're now going to have a personal shopping room, a full service cafe. A lot of the articles that I'm reading about this, because I've been doing research because I'm just so excited over it, they are calling it the new flagship store. American Girl has not said anything that it's going to be a flagship store, but all the articles that I've been reading have been calling it the new flagship store for American Girl. So I'm very happy to see that Dallas is thriving, and it's going places in the world with becoming a flagship?
It fits with the quote you read from the investor release. More
Yes.
experiential stores. That's expanding the experience, like the girl and doll salon that previously you could only get in Chicago, New York, or LA.
I think it would be interesting to see if we see that trend happening in 2024. What stores are going to get upgraded? Will DC get upgraded? Will Orlando? Will a different store? I think Charlotte or Nashville get upgraded? I don't know. We'll have to see. But I also think it is interesting, and we'll talk about it. I think I wrote it down maybe somewhere coming up, but if not, I'm going to mention it now. Chicago did get remodeled, the first floor. So that's interesting too. So I feel like American Girl's kind of trying to dive into that experimental thing maybe more, which I'm excited because I love going to American Girl stores and I love making new memories.
One thing I was told when I had applied to work for the company, the stores are meant to be more of an experience, not just selling you a doll.
Mm-hmm.
That's why there is the doll hair, at least the doll hair salons. They're the party rooms, the cafes, the bistros. I look forward to seeing what comes.
Me too. They also announced American Girl Live in concerts, and tickets ended up going on sale the same month. My tour date, I got tickets, and it's crazy I bought tickets so far in advance. I feel like it was like it is going to a concert, but I don't know what I'm trying to say. But anyways, I'm so excited. I'm getting to go to Fayetteville, Arkansas in February.
Aw.
I'm so excited for it.
I hope you enjoy.
Oh, thank you. American Girl did announce that they were closing all 5 Canada locations. So technically, okay, back up just a minute. So American Girl Canada stores are inside a bookstore. Okay, I've never been to Canada, but this is from what I am told, this is what it is. So if you live in America, we have this big bookstore called Barnes & Noble. Okay, so think of Barnes & Noble, but think of it with an American Girl store inside. That is what they have in Canada, or that's what they did have in Canada, I should say. American Girl did announce that they were pulling out in June, and it was a very quick announcement. They announced it in the beginning of June, and they ended up closing all of them at the end of June. So it happened pretty quickly. I do know, I have seen pictures of what the stores kind of look like now in certain ones. But if you do go to one of the stores that did have an American Girl store, they do have a smaller section of American Girl stuff. And it's just like something that you would see at Barnes & Noble. They just have some dolls and some accessories.
Still, like we said earlier, anytime a store closes, it's sad. Happy news in the American Girl world.
Yes, happy news in the American Girl world is that we got a new Claudi's book. Well, it was announced it was going to be coming out in, I believe, either August or September. And we did get it. So cute. Oh my goodness. And then we had new salon services added to the stores. We now have a horse and pet spa where you can take your American Girl horse and get it fixed up, or you can take your American Girl pet and get it fixed up at the hair salon.
That makes sense, especially the horse part, given what was to come.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of was like a Easter egg / foreshadowing moment. And then we had the American Girl benefit sale happened. 2 days, iconic, so much fun. It was a blast. I went to it, so much fun. I really enjoyed it. And then we had the announcement of the collector dolls.
The collector dolls are so adorable. They're so well done.
I thought the dolls were so well done too. I completely freaked out when I saw that announcement. And the little clues, it was like the free shopping bags with like a little logo on each of them. And everyone was like, what does this mean? I was like, what does it mean? But anyways, the first collaborator doll did get released in July.
And that would be the Toy Soldier. And having gotten to visit FAO Schwartz, the Toy Soldier being so intertwined with their brand identity, it was awesome to see.
I loved visiting FAO Sports in New York. It was so much fun. I really want to go back because they have like this upgraded like Barbie experience, and I really want to go do it and stuff because I'm also like a Barbie person. I love Barbie. But yeah, I just thought it was such a fun and really neat collaboration.
That was adorable. My mom used to have some toy soldiers collected. If she was still around, we probably would have made sure to acquire that particular collector doll.
Then we had news reports of a American Girl movie happening, freaking out about. Okay, and then I think the next shocking thing that happened in July was the Korean movie finally gets released on Amazon Prime, and it's actually coming to Netflix at the end of January.
I haven't got to see that yet, so I hope it's still going to be on Prime before the end of the month, so I can see it.
It's really cute. I really enjoyed it. And then we had early access to the Disney collector dolls, which brings us to August, the next collector dolls release, which happened to be the Disney princesses.
And again, they were so well done.
The ones that got released were Jasmine, Belle, and Rapunzel.
If I could have brought one of them home, I would have chosen Belle.
Belle's stunning. I love Belle. And then we're going to be hopping on into Costco. American Girl started putting sets in Costco in August, which I think it's like the earliest they've ever put sets in Costco for the holiday season. But I'm not complaining because it was really fun seeing them early. This year's set was the Donut Dream set. It featured like donut cute like pajamas and like a cute little bed, a pillow, a robe, cute little like sleepover set. It was so cute. The Costco sets are what I look forward to every year.
I didn't get to see them this year since my Costco membership expired before they were released.
Oh no.
But that sounds adorable.
So then we had the announcement of American Girl Los Angeles grand opening. This happened in September, which brings us to September now, when we had, of course, the grand opening of American Girl Los Angeles, and then we also had construction beginning on the new Dallas store, which I'm so excited for the grand opening for that. I'm so excited.
I know. I can't wait to see your pictures and video from getting to go to that.
Oh, thank you. I really hope it works out that I get to go. Fingers crossed.
I hope you do.
Going back to Costco, we saw Willy Wisher Costco sets popping up. I was really shocked that they did not come out with the accessory set this year for Costco.
Last year, I remember seeing they had both wellies and 18-inch dolls at the Costco where I was living at the time.
Then we had a new release happen this month. It was our holiday release, where we had mix and match happening with something navy again. We had our Christmas and Hanukkah sweaters. We had our event calendar. We had the Christmas dress. We had the holiday collector doll. And then we had new items.
The twins got some new stuff.
Yes, those were so cute. The little Happy New Year.
And the little sleepover kit and the popcorn kit. I wanted one of those popcorn machines.
We did get the sleepover kit.
Yeah, it has the doll-sized version of the Care and Keeping of You in it, which is just adorable.
I love how they came out with they came out again with the 1999 New Year, or I think it was called the 2000 New Year, my bad, outfit again for them, and then how they came out with like the old Truly Me red vinyl jumper.
Bringing stuff back that's instantly recognizable to anybody who's ever had a doll.
I really loved how they did that. And then they also did that with Fashion from the Archives. They had a 2004 winter outfit come out, and they had the gorgeous ballerina outfit out again as well, which I loved seeing those come out again. I was not a collector during that time. I collected American Girl dolls starting in 2009. In 2004, I was a 1-year-old, so I for sure wasn't in it. So to have that opportunity to get to see these outfits and get to touch it, and even though it's a revamped version or a re-release one, it's still really cool to see stuff that they used to have out before my time.
Yeah. Oh, then you would have started with Krissa, 2009.
Yeah, I did.
And then in September, we had the opening night of American Girl Live in concert. I so wish I could go to opening night because I'm sure it would have been so much fun.
From the friends who I know that got to go to one of the shows, they really enjoyed it.
Moving on into October, we officially had Lila, Girl of the Year of 2024 release in her reveal party. So much fun. Such a pretty doll. Such a pretty doll. And her collection, so cool. Then we had a Trolls collaboration happening. They came out with a sleeping bag, pajamas, and a gorgeous dress, which I am obsessed with the sequin glittery dress.
The Trolls have remained popular for years, so kind of tying that in definitely fits.
And then we had a new trunk which came out, which that is so cute. I don't know what I would do with it, but I want it because I think it's just adorable.
You have you also have the people who remember the original 3 dolls that had trunks as part of their collection.
Yeah.
Now a way to pass something on. I kind of see the current trunk as possibly the successor to the keepsake box.
So in November, we had dolls and accessories starting to pop up at TJ Maxx and Marshall stores. You know, we had multiple different Truly Me dolls, multiple accessories. We had pets. We had that Xbox set, which I could not find for the life of me. I'm so sad I cannot find that, or I couldn't find that this past year because I really wanted it, but it's okay. And then they also like had Bitty Baby stuff too, like a big, like something you would see at Costco.
That's cool. And like I was saying earlier, I think it'd be kind of awesome to spread out the AG stuff across more of the footprint of TJ Maxx and Marshalls. It would make it more accessible to people who don't live near a store.
On November 29th, the very, very end of November, I think this was an announcement that shocked almost everyone on American Girl Instagram or in the American Girl doll community. We had a American Girl Barbie collector doll.
That's also Barbie is something I'm surprised wasn't made for Courtney or the twins.
Yeah, that would have really worked well for them. And I'm kind of surprised that they didn't do really anything for the Barbie movie either. But I am beyond happy that we do have a Barbie collector doll. And then we got confirmation that a American Girl movie is in the works.
It'll be interesting to see how they turn their stories and do something for the screen.
I think it'd be really, really interesting, and I'm so excited for it when it comes out.
We'll have to see what becomes of that and what it's going to be.
Now we do have a little bit of disappointing news that we're going to talk about that happened in December, and it breaks my heart to even talk about this because we were already hit with 2 store closures. Technically more than 2 store closings if you consider all the ones in Canada that closed down. American Girl announced that they are closing the Columbus store on February 19th of 2024. They made this announcement on December 1st. Really, really sad to hear that. And I don't know if you want to talk about it, but I know that Columbus was your home store.
We were actually on our way to DC to meet up with a friend when I heard that this was going to happen. And immediately, when we stopped at a rest area, messaged you and other friends to try to set up, I guess you could say, one last hurrah where we could all get together and say goodbye to people and see each other again there. When I first got into collecting American Girl dolls, I didn't really have real friends. I didn't have much of a community. The first time I ever walked into that store, I was treated like I belonged. And I will never forget that. I have a lot of friends among the staff. One of my best friends used to work there even before my time. And several of my dolls came home from there, including my Molly. I have a lot of good memories in that place. We came to the event you put together at the end of the month, at the end of December, and seeing displays being taken down and shelves that were empty, just heartbreaking. I will never be able to return to that mall.
For me, it's kind of bittersweet. I mean, I've only recently got into AG, which is totally awesome, by the way, because it's really sad that our home store is closing, but I'm trying to look at it as, one last hurrah to meet up with our friends and just make a good memory. Instead of coming by and seeing the store closed, we can have one more good time together.
Yeah.
It's a place where I belong. I've never really had that in life. And I mean, I know there are others. I have friends at other stores. It's New York and DC are both within reach of where we live. There's something special about the first place and the way I was treated. It was like a home. That's why I use the term home store. Very much like how you described when KC closed.
The Kansas City closer on my end was something that I've never expected to happen. And of course, nobody expects their store to close. I mean, that's crazy, because everybody just counts on it. And it's something that's always there and something you can always run to. And it's a safe space for everyone who walks into the door.
You're right.
Yeah.
During some of the hardest things that happened to me, I had some very bad things happen to me last couple years. The friends I had at American Girl were always there, and I always was safe there, no matter what.
The American Girl Columbus store will be missed by many, and my heart just breaks that so many people are so affected by this, and so many people have been so affected by their store closing in the past. But if anybody needs someone to talk to, because I went through a store closing, it was not much fun. I was very, very sad all the time. So if anyone wants to talk about anything or needs to get something off their plate or needs someone who will listen, my DMs are always open. We are going to move on now just because it is a sad topic, and I do not want to make this episode a Debbie Downer because that is not my intentions. My intentions are always to make the Don't Mom podcast a happy place and a place where someone can listen to and can kind of not necessarily escape their problems, but kind of, be happy and be motivated to do stuff with your dolls and spend time with your doll friends and go do something that's fun and amazing and memorable with your dollies. So we are going to move on because of that. American Girl did have a amazing end of the year sale. Did you check out the sale that they had?
Yes, so much marked down. I didn't get to buy anything, but getting to look through this, I mean, I actually have that open on my another part of my computer right now, and a lot of the stuff that was put on the end of the year sale is just sold out. Look, everything sold well. It's all just amazing.
They did end up marking stuff down further, which is crazy. When I saw that the other day, I was like, do I need to do another order? Because I hope not, because I'm trying to save my money for the grand opening of Dallas. But at the same time, my dolls wouldn't mind more new awesome stuff, and I wouldn't mind more new awesome stuff. My bank account would mind, though.
Your bank account might mind, but I think your girls would love a lot of what I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
If they're selling out of all this stuff, they got to be making room for something new, right? So that makes me wonder what's in store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going to American Girl Kansas City when I was little, and they used to have this big in-store sale, and the employees were like, yeah, I would take advantage of that because all this stuff is retiring because we're getting in so many new goodies this upcoming year. And I was like, it always made me excited to see what's coming. And I cannot wait to see all the amazing stuff that American Girl accomplishes, achieves, comes out with, stuff that happens, gets announced in 2024. I think it's going to be one of the best years yet in American Girl history.
I definitely look forward to seeing the goodies that come out this year.
We have reached the end of this episode, which I always get really sad because I always have a time, so much fun recording this, and I had so much fun recording with you guys today.
Oh, thanks.
Same.
You guys are welcome back on the Doll Mom podcast anytime that you want to. It was so much fun having you. And I felt like not only was it fun, but it was also like really, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it. Anyways, it was a blast having you two on. Before we go, we have to plug the Instagram and your websites.
Website's not done yet. So I'm going to put that as a link on Instagram when it's done.
Okay, sounds good. I will even share it on the Doll Mom podcast stuff when it's done as well.
But in the meanwhile, check out the Doll and Pony Nest.
I will say my account is private. That is because there have been some people I don't want to deal with in the past. I will admit anyone who is a doll person or a pony person.
Yeah. So if you love dolls and if you love ponies, which I'm assuming you would love dolls if you're listening to this podcast, but you never know, I guess. If you are a doll lover, make sure you go check them out. Once again, on Instagram, they are at Doll and Ponies Nest. Really great. I'm super duper excited for the rebrand, and I'm excited to see what's to come on your Instagram account this year, and I'm excited for your guys' website. It's going to be so cute.
Thank you.
My name's Mal. I'm at Dollies and Rainbows on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. We're everywhere. So if you haven't gone and checked me out, you're welcome to. Check out the Doll Mom podcast social media platforms. Make sure you're following. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. And we're on TikTok. So at Doll Mom podcast. Make sure that you're following so then you don't miss out on like the fun content because it's fun. It's always fun in the social media doll world. I want to thank Brianna and Christina so much for coming on this episode again. It was a blast. I had so much fun. You all are welcome to come back on again whenever you guys want to. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say to wrap this episode up.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
As always, I hope you guys enjoyed talking to the listeners. I hope you all enjoyed listening to this episode, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everyone. Thanks you so much for listening.